It was a cold Tuesday morning when 17-year-old Amara Daniels walked through the gates of Westbrook High, her backpack slung low over her shoulder, her hood up, and her eyes fixed straight ahead, pretending not to notice the way conversations seemed to drop when she passed. For months, she had been the quiet girl, the one who stayed to herself, ate lunch alone, and slipped out of class without a word. Her dark skin, braided hair, and sharp jawline made her stand out in the mostly white school, but it wasn't her appearance that had made her a target, it was her silence. The bullies couldn't stand that she didn't rise to their taunts, didn't flinch when they whispered insults behind her back. But what they didn't know was that silence was her shield, a discipline she'd learned in the MMA gym since she was 12, where every lesson was about patience, timing, and unleashing power only when necessary. That morning, as Amara walked to her locker, she spotted them, Jenna, the self-proclaimed Queen Bee, with her perfectly curled blonde hair and icy blue eyes, her boyfriend Tyler, a football player built like a linebacker with more arrogance than brains, and Caleb, the wiry troublemaker who thrived on pushing people past their breaking point. They stood in a huddle, whispering, snickering, and Amara knew the storm was coming. She tried to ignore it, focusing on her combination lock, but Jenna's voice sliced through the hallway noise. "Hey, Daniels," she called, dripping sarcasm, "your mom forget to teach you how to smile?" Amara didn't answer, her fingers spinning the lock, but Tyler stepped closer, his shadow falling over her. "What's the matter? Too good to talk to us?" Caleb laughed and muttered something crude under his breath, and before Amara could react, Jenna grabbed the strap of her backpack and yanked it hard, spilling her books onto the floor. The hallway filled with laughter from their friends, the humiliation pressing against Amara's chest like a weight. She knelt to pick up her things, willing herself to breathe, to keep calm. But Tyler wasn't done. He crouched down, grabbing her math notebook and flipping through it. "Wow, straight A student, huh? Bet you think you're smarter than all of us." Caleb leaned in with a grin, "Let's see how smart she is when she can't breathe." And before she knew it, his arm was around her neck, pulling tight in a chokehold. The laughter in the hallway turned into a mixture of gasps and murmurs, some students pulling out their phones to record. Amara's vision blurred at the edges, her heart pounding in her ears, not from fear, but from the familiar rhythm of adrenaline kicking in, the same rhythm she felt every time she stepped into the cage at her uncle's MMA gym. She could hear her coach's voice in her head, "Stay calm. Feel the body. Wait for the opening." But still, she didn't move. Not yet. She wanted them to think she was just the quiet, helpless girl they always saw. Tyler leaned closer. "What's wrong, Daniels? You gonna cry?" Caleb's arm tightened, his bony forearm pressing into her windpipe. Amara's breathing slowed, her mind sharpening like a blade. Around them, the crowd grew. Teachers were still too far down the hall to see what was happening, and no one dared step in. Jenna smirked, clearly enjoying the show. Look at her, can't even fight back. Inside, Amara counted down silently in her head, 3, 2, 1. And then she shifted her weight just slightly, testing the balance of her attacker, feeling exactly where his center of gravity was. Her MMA instincts screamed that she could end this in seconds, one hip toss, one quick strike, and he'd be on the ground gasping. But she hesitated for one reason: once she revealed who she truly was, there would be no going back. Everyone would know. The girl they thought was weak would suddenly be dangerous. The memory flashed through her mind of her last fight, the roar of the crowd, the taste of blood in her mouth, the look of shock on her opponent's face as the referee stopped the match. She remembered the promise she'd made to her uncle: only fight when it's necessary. Was this necessary? Caleb's grip tightened. The world narrowed to a tunnel. Her patience was cracking, her self-control balancing on the edge of a knife. Jenna leaned closer, her perfume choking Amara as much as the arm around her neck. "Pathetic," she whispered. Amara's eyes flicked up, locking on Jenna's smirk, and in that instant, something deep inside her snapped. Her muscles coiled, ready to strike. The crowd could sense something was about to happen, the hallway seemed to hold its breath. Somewhere in the distance, a teacher's voice shouted for them to stop, but it was too late. Amara's decision had been made. And as her body prepared to unleash every ounce of training she had ever learned, she thought to herself, they have no idea what's coming. The moment Caleb's arm pressed just a little tighter, Amara's training took over. In one swift, fluid motion, she dropped her weight low, hooked her right leg behind his, and twisted her hips, sending him crashing hard onto the cold tile floor with a loud thud that echoed down the hallway. The shock in the crowd was instant: gasps, shouts, the sound of someone's phone hitting the floor. Caleb groaned, clutching his back, but before he could even sit up, Amara pivoted, her stance wide and balanced, the way her uncle had drilled into her for years. Tyler stepped forward, anger flashing in his eyes, thinking he could intimidate her, but Amara's gaze was steady, unblinking. He swung a clumsy punch, the kind thrown by someone who'd never been in a real fight, and she slipped to the side, grabbing his wrist mid-swing and using his momentum to yank him forward. Her knee came up, fast and precise, stopping an inch from his ribs as she shoved him back, showing she could have broken him if she wanted. The hallway was dead silent now except for Jenna's sharp intake of breath. What are you?" she stammered, her confidence cracking. Amara didn't answer, words weren't needed. Tyler lunged again, this time trying to grab her, but she caught his arm, twisted it behind his back, and in one controlled movement, swept his legs out from under him. He landed flat on his stomach, his face inches from the grimy tile, her knee pressing lightly into his spine to keep him down. "Get off me," he yelled, but there was no fight left in his voice, just humiliation. She looked around at the circle of faces, some shocked, some impressed, others holding up their phones, capturing every second. Amara knew by tomorrow the video would be everywhere. Caleb struggled to his feet, but the moment he met her eyes, he froze, something in her expression warning him that trying again would be a mistake. Jenna, still clinging to her perfect image, tried to speak. You're going to regret this." Amara stepped toward her, not with aggression, but with a quiet intensity that made Jenna take a step back. "No," Amara said finally, her voice calm but powerful, "you're going to remember this, the day you learned you can't choke someone just because you think they're weak." The words hit harder than any punch. A teacher finally pushed through the crowd, out of breath and shouting for everyone to get to class. Amara stepped back, letting Tyler and Caleb stumble away, their swagger completely gone. Jenna didn't speak again, she just turned, grabbed her things, and disappeared into the throng of students. The teachers started asking questions, but no one seemed willing to speak against Amara. They'd seen enough to know she wasn't just some quiet girl anymore, she was someone to respect, maybe even fear. Later, in the bathroom, Amara washed her hands, her reflection staring back with a mix of relief and inevitability. She had kept her promise for years, never using her MMA skills unless she had to, but today had been different. Today had been necessary. As she dried her hands, she heard whispers from a group of girls outside the door. "She's a fighter," one said. "Like, professional." "Did you see how fast she moved?" another added. Amara smiled faintly, not because she cared about their awe, but because she knew the truth, fighting wasn't about glory or dominance, it was about knowing when to stand up for yourself. That afternoon, as she left school, the air felt lighter, her steps more certain. The bullies had been silenced, at least for now, but she knew there would always be someone who mistook kindness for weakness. And when that day came, she'd be ready. For those watching her story unfold online, her message was clear: never underestimate someone just because they're quiet. You don't know the battles they've fought, the strength they've built in silence. So if you're hearing this, if you felt that rush in your chest when she stood up, then you're one of us, the ones who refuse to stay down. And if you want more stories that remind you of your own power, that make your heart race and your spirit rise, then hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications, because this channel is just getting started, and the next story might be the one that changes the way you see yourself forever.